Today we're talking about all the cool stuff that was announced at the 2020 SHOT Show. SHOT Show is the biggest industry event of the year by far still, even though in some ways it has kind of lost a little bit of its, I would say, luster or whatever to other shows. It is still the big industry get-together, and although it used to be known for the place, the time of year where everybody was announcing their new stuff, well, as the show grew, everybody wanted to get that edge, so they started having these events earlier and earlier and earlier, and then some companies just even started to do other shows or whatever it might be. But that being said, SHOT Show 2020 is still the show where a lot of new things are debuted. Even if they were already announced, that's where people get hands-on, that's where people can go check them out, learn more about them. It's still a great event. Now, I did not go to SHOT Show 2020 this year, and I didn't go to 19 either, and quite frankly, I didn't miss it. You know, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of hustle, especially if you're trying to do a bunch of videos. And we used to do booth videos. You can check out some of our prior coverage. But the reality is, they just kind of get lost in the sea of other SHOT Show videos. And if we do go back and eventually cover SHOT Show again, I would like to change the format up a little bit. So that's my thoughts. Similar to the video you're going to see today, I would actually maybe like to see my format, if we ever did cover SHOT Show, change to this. Now, what I like about other shows like TriggerCon, for example, is it's a much more intimate setting. You actually are meeting with some of the real knowledgeable players, and I'm not saying that those people aren't there at SHOT Show, but they're not always available for camera. But I like TriggerCon just because it's a little bit more intimate of a setting. You get a little bit more hands-on, a little bit more behind the scenes, if you will. And I like to still do the traditional booth style videos there just because we have access to it. My name is Dave Tim from Guns and Tactics. Thank you very much for spending a few minutes with me checking out what I learned about from the 2020 SHOT Show. Now, like I said, I didn't go, but I did talk to a lot of people that were there. I talked to a lot of company reps, and we did hear about a lot of cool things. So I'm just compiling like a list of the cool things that I thought were announced. I know I don't have everything, and my main focus is optics, rimfire, precision rifle, and guns. Now, I don't have a lot of the cool gear, accessories, whatever, just because this video is already going to be long enough, and I already have, I want to say, well over 100 slides in kind of my presentation that you're going to be seeing. So, because I wasn't there, I don't have good hands-on footage or whatever. Some of this, actually the majority of it, is images from the companies. But if you're only looking to watch one video, I do appreciate you spending some time. Grab a cup of something to drink, because this one might be a little long, because there's a lot to talk about. That's good. Now, some people have said SHOT Show 2020 was kind of a bust. People that didn't go were like, I'm not sad, there wasn't anything cool, or blah, blah, blah. But I still think there was some cool stuff announced. So that being said, let's get right into it. First thing we're going to start with is optics. And I was really excited. If I had to pick my top optics, it's probably going to be these first two. I kind of have like a top whatever. This first one just absolutely really excites me. I have been getting into precision rifle a little bit more, and the new theqa PRS 5-30x56 with the new PRB reticle, which you can see here, looks really interesting to me. I know Leica makes really quality glass. Having a solid entry into the precision rifle market is going to be good. MSRP is $2,700. I'm told they're going to be available this year, probably in the next few months. Now, there's a lot of competition in this kind of 5-30 market, so it'll be interesting to see how the Leica holds up, but Leica glass is really quality stuff, so I'm really hoping this is a solid contender. Excited to see this. To go along with that, Leica announced a new app to go with their rangefinders. So they do have a new compact 3500 rangefinder, as well as a new Geovid 3200 capable 8x32 rangefinding binocular. And then with that, they have an app, and I think they're one of the first to integrate a smartwatch app into their system. So I think that has a lot of cool potential. Tied for first place in optics for me is the Kahles K18i. This is scheduled to come out March 2020. It has an MSRP of $2,500, so it's not cheap. Street price is going to be around $2,100, but this is a 1-to-8 optic. I love my Kahles K16, which is a 1-to-6, so I think this is very, very welcome to the market. It does come in two reticles, a USPSA and a 3GR reticle, I believe is what they're calling it. Looks pretty interesting. I think this is going to be a solid entry into the LPVO market. Now, that being said, another really, really solid entry, which would probably have to be another really high up there optic release for me, is the Vortex Razor Gen 3 1:10. Now, I did get to play with this at TriggerCon. I do have an announcement video there you can check out. 1:10 optic, 34mm main tube. Street price is going to be around $1,600, available April 2020. They had these on at SHOT Show. I can't wait to get my sample. I already ordered one. I think this is going to be a really nice optic as well. Now, which one would I prefer, the Collis or the Vortex? Obviously, getting time behind it is going to be the big thing. Prior to SHOT Show, TriggerCon had this like multi-part video series debuting products. Now, TriggerCon, if you're watching, just have one event. I didn't want to have to keep tuning back and then like taking a time off work to come back. But they announced some really cool products. I just wish it would have been one event. The first one is the Ventus, and this thing is basically using radar and LiDAR type technology to read the wind out to 500 yards, and then it has a, I want to say 5,000 yard range finding capability. Now, it's going to be several $1,000s. I thought I heard like $8,000, but this technology looks really cool. To accurately call the wind up to 500 yards, wow. I think it's going to be pretty awesome. And of course, they're introducing a new app to kind of go with it. And then they also announced a bunch of new scopes. They have the Accent, the Credo HX, the Huron, the 10 mile HX. A lot of cool stuff. My biggest plea to TriggerCon, your 4-20, they came out with, I can't remember which line it was, but it looks really great. But please come out with a front focal plane 4-20. Quality front focal plane 4-20. Please make it happen. TriggerCon, preferably in mil. Also, I heard that Tract was announcing a 4.5-30 scope. They've been known for making some good quality Japanese-made glass. They have a 4-20 out now, which I have heard really good reviews about, with the exception it has a little bit of chromatic abbreviation, which is like purple fringing. Supposedly they announced a 4.5-30. I like that range in scopes, but I could not find anything on it. All right, also in red dots, now we have the Aimpoint Comp M5B. This is different than a traditional red dot. Yes, they moved the battery compartment, which a lot of people thought, oh, the M5B is just the lower, version battery of the M5, but that's not the case. It also has a ballistic drop turret on the top. So you can actually have some compensation for distance with a fixed red dot. So you have the speed of the red dot with that ballistic cap, so you can dial for distance. I don't have, pricing $930, and I don't have any info on availability. Also in the LPVO market, Geissele decided to enter their name into the 1-6 market with the Super Precision 1-6 DMMR. It's available in black for $975 or the Desert Dirt color for $1,075. It does have a ranging reticle that can be used with either game or humanoid shaped targets for combat military type use. So we'll see how theirs stacks up. I've heard it's Japanese made. They're touting very good high quality glass. So we will see how their entry to the market is. For precision rifle shooters, Nightforce introduced a wedge prism. Now this is a device that goes in front of your scope and it adds elevation. It's available in two different models. One gives you 50 MOA or 14.5 MRAD of elevation gain. The other model is available 100 MOA or 29.1 MRAD. So it has a quick detach option, so you can mount it in front of the rail. So if you know you're going to be shooting extended long range, you need that extra elevation, you just pop that on. $990. I'm told it'll be available this year. March Optics is also in talk, very high-end manufacturer of optics. Don't have any good info, but they're talking of new prototype 4.5 to 28 by 52 and a 5 to 42. I don't have info or pricing, but again, that 4 to 30 type scope range I really do like, so that March 4.5 to 28 seems like a really interesting optic. Now let's talk about the precision rifle market. There was some really cool stuff to happen in the precision rifle market. First things first, from Seekins Precision, and again, I apologize, I don't have the best quality pictures. This is just what was sent to me from the floor, is the Seekins Precision HT. It is a chassis gun. It uses their Havoc type action, except for it integrates a dust cover. And then it has a chassis that is made in-house. It uses some really comfortable looking furniture from what I can see, a vertical grip, has some carbon fiber inlets, has M-LOK on the front so you can add accessories, and it's going to be available starting through their custom shop. But the action looks really good. I believe it is AW cut, for magazines. So seems to be pretty pretty solid option. I don't have any information on pricing or availability on that yet. Also in the precision market, Graybo came out with their Neo chassis, and this is a $699 chassis, so a very attractive price, complete chassis. You don't have to buy furniture or anything like that. Has M-LOK slots in the front, has a comfortable adjustable stock, takes bottom metal already built in, of course, and it takes Remington 700 style actions or clones. And what's cool is it is already built for then the reactor module, which is kind of like adding a smartwatch, if you will, into your rifle. The reactor fusion module was announced a few months ago, and this just drops right into the Neo chassis, but that can track recoil, can track round count, it can track some basic humidity and weather type stuff. It can also integrate, I'm hoping, with apps. I haven't seen it in use, but it sounds like pretty cool option. From Manners is a new stock called the PRS TCS. It's going to retail for about $1,500. It is not released yet, but this is geared towards the precision rifle competitor. Has a ton of adjustability and a ton of options to add weight to change the balance of your rifle. Has an ARCA type rail. You can add weights, like I said. A lot of adjustability in the stock. It just looks like a really comfortable, a really nice stock. Again, for a premium price, it should be, but it looks really cool. From Ultimatum, you're going to hear about these guys later. They announced the de facto action. What makes this really cool is, in my knowledge, the first aftermarket theqa T3 footprint action. So Ultimatum is known for making some really high quality actions with that short, smooth throw and cycling. Now they're making this action. It's going to be available for about $1,000, available in March 2020. theqa fans, you can be excited that there is now starting to be more and more aftermarket stuff. Looks like it could be a pretty cool action. Trigger Tech announced the Remington 2-stage trigger. A lot of people were excited about that. I love 2-stage triggers, so I'm excited to check this one out as well. I don't have any info on pricing. It was just in the 2020 catalog. Magpul came out with AI CS style mags for the 223. Now this is awesome because there hasn't been a great option for 223 mags that are attractively priced and reliable. Now obviously they're not out yet. They're supposed to be out 2020 summer, and they're going to retail for about $40. But if these things run and they're reliable, they could be a big hit for people shooting 223 trainers or calibers that'll fit in there. So I'm excited about those. I'm hoping to get my hands on some of those pretty soon. I don't have any images of this, but one of the big buzz as well for precision rifle shooters was from Mac Brothers. Now they're known for making really high quality titanium actions, but now they're coming out with a stainless steel action, Remington 700 style action, so it'll take triggers, going Remington 700 stocks, but for $575. Yeah, $575 for a high quality action. I think those are going to be a big hit. Thunderbeast Arms came out with their Dominus CB suppressor. It is thick. It's like 1.8 inch outer diameter, 6.26 inches long. It's supposed to be sounding really good, have best in class, repeatability and accuracy. Thunderbeast Arms is known for making good quality suppressors for the precision rifle market. So that'll be really cool. Don't have pricing or anything like that. Also, rounding out precision was GA Precision, or GAP for short, came out with the Pinnacle Production Rifle. It was $2,500, so it was making that production class price point. It was a limited run that ended March 1st, so I apologize by the time you're watching this, it was done. It was only available in a couple calibers, and it looked like a really value-packed and feature-rich rifle for $2,500. So really cool for GA Precision coming out with a high-quality production rifle. Now, if one thing was to be said about 2020 SHOT Show, oftentimes I heard it was the year of Rimfire, and we are in the golden days of Rimfire, no doubt. By far, the most exciting thing for me to come out of the SHOT Show announcements was the Voodoo Magnum action, the V22M action, available in 22 Winchester Mag or 17 HMR. Man, I love my Voodoo V22. If you haven't seen my full review video, you can check that out. That's of a 22 long rifle. Now it's Big Brother and the Magnum's coming out. They made some enhancements to the action. It looks awesome. They also teased a single shot version coming soon for the bench rest and competition crowd. So Voodoo's really doing some stuff. I still think they are leading the game when it comes to precision rimfire, and no doubt the Magnum really adds to that. Now, speaking of precision rimfire, Cutting Edge Bullets is also wanting to expand the quality ammunition offering with this 22 LE ELR ammo, extended long range ammo. It's going to be available in 30, 40, and 50 grain options, and they are working with Voodoo for some unique barrel twist rates to stabilize those bullets for extended long-range rimfire shooting. They have other loads that are going to work in traditional factory guns that are out now without a special twist, but they're also working on some extended long rifle, unique stuff. Looks pretty cool. I am really excited to see where that technology goes, and to have some high quality rimfire ammo is never a bad thing. Christensen Arms announced the Ranger 22, which is their version of a 22 bolt gun. It takes 10/22 mags, so mags are readily available and reliable, but it uses Remington style triggers, has a carbon fiber barrel. They're guaranteeing sub MOA accuracy out to 50 yards. $800 MSRP. I'm hoping street price might be a little less, but I gotta say, it's a sharp looking rifle. So if it runs well and cycles good, I think that could be a popular rifle. Back to Ultimatum, they also announced the Deuce Action. Total barreled action price is gonna be $1,600. It is a Remington 700 footprint, but it uses their unique 3-lug bolt with the smooth and balanced 60-degree throw. So if you're running one of their centerfire actions and you really like that 60-degree 3-bolt throw that their bolt pattern offers, now they have a 22 version. The cool thing with this is that they teamed up with Voodoo to use their reliable Voodoo magazines, so they're doing something right off the bat. But this looks like a pretty solid action. I know a few of the JP guys that are running Ultimatum actions in their JP chassis are probably going to be pretty excited about this. I think that could be pretty popular. POF came out with a Rebel 22. This is like a really unique pistol subgun type 22 range toy. It uses 10/22 mags, but yet it uses AR parts like the trigger and grip and stock or brace. It is a monolithic upper receiver with M-lock slots. It looks like it's just going to be a really cool little range toy. On to handguns. Now, handguns was a category I was excited about. If I had to pick 2 handguns that I was most excited to learn more about, it was first the Dan Wesson DWX. Now, this was announced a while ago. It's going to be available spring 2020. Retail is $1,800. For the full-size version, it's available in $9 or $40. They also have a smaller carry version with an aluminum frame. I can't wait to get my hands on one of these. It is like a melding of a CZ75 and a high-end 2011 coming together to have this amazing love child of a gun, and I just can't wait to get my hands on one. And $1,800 I think is a very attractive price point. They're really going after that limited competition market, and I think, I'm hoping it's going to be really cool. SIG also came out with a 210 carry. Their 210 is a known quality target gun. They came out with a carry gun. It has smoother grips, a little bit more smoother lines to make it more carry friendly. Now, I don't have pricing information. I don't know how popular this, truth be told, is going to be in the carry market. We will see, but I thought it was interesting to hear about. STI updated their 2020 lineup. The Staccato P is updated. It has a 4.4-inch barrel. They do have the Duo option, which is their optic mount, which basically adds about $500 to every model that's available in a Duo, which is optic cut, ready to go. But the Staccato P looks really sharp. I'd love to get my hands on one of those. The Staccato R is a single stack with a 2011 like grip, 5-inch barrel, retail price of MSRP of $19.99. Looks pretty cool, and I've heard that that is going to be single stack legal. They also have the Staccato XL, which is a 5.4-inch version. That's a 2011. The Staccato XL in tuxedo chrome and black I thought looked really sharp, but then you're bumping the price up to $37.99 for this XL version of the gun. The Staccato XC starts at $42.99, and it is a compensated gun. Again, sharp looking gun. I think they're going to be good shooters. STI is really kind of stepping up. They also have a Staccato C2, which is a little bit more compact. Can take a 120 millimeter 2011 magazine, so just kind of a shorter, compact, more overall package. Looks pretty cool. Now, one of the big buzzes of SHOT Show was the Laogo arms. I don't exactly know how to pronounce it, I apologize, but it is the Alien. $5,000 for a handgun. Now, some people are like, $5,000. Well, custom handguns are a lot of money if you look at a really high-end 2011 build, so the price isn't completely out of the norm, but take a look at that barrel. Look at how low the barrel is in that gun. You can kind of see it in the front if we're looking at this picture. So it has an incredibly low bore axis, and they're touting this as the smoothest shooting handgun ever. Now, I don't know. I'd like to see it. It has good looking ergonomics. It looks like it'd be comfortable. It looks like it would have comfortable, recoil management with that low bore axis. It does have a unique slide. The whole slide doesn't reciprocate. It basically has just like a cutout of a slide. Not really a bolt per se, because it does have a slide, but man, I'd love to get my hands on one, but I just don't have $5 grand laying around where I can do that. HK decided to give an update to the VP9. They're calling it the VP9A1. It's a 2020 update. They basically added new sight, optics ready, and 17 round mags, the same other features that you know and love with the VP9s. So good innovation there. Now, the other big buzz of SHOT Show was the not Glock 19 type gun from PSA. This is the PSA Dagger. It is a Glock 19 sized gun, but it has a lot of features right out of the box. Front serrations, you can get them optic cut, you can get suppressor versions. The grip looks pretty comfortable, textured. I gotta say, for $300 starting out, the basic version, if it runs, that is gonna be a heck of a handgun. $300? Yeah. Now they go up from there. The suppressor version is $350. Future versions will have the RMR cuts, etc. for a little bit more money, but we will see. Ruger came out with a Ruger 57, which is a 5.7 by 28 handgun, 20+1 grips, 1911 style ergos, tapped for easy mounting of optics with an accessory plate. Retail price of suggested retail price of $799. I don't know when it'll be available. Colt, yeah, they'd introduced some reintroductions of some revolvers. They said they would never do it, now they did, but I think Colt is just kind of, really having to cater to the market. So let's talk about ARs, AKs, and other semi-auto type guns. Seekins Precision updated their AR line. Entry-level guns with high quality started around $925, and they have different models to choose from ranging in barrel sizes and furniture. Now, finally, it's 2020. JP came on board with their M-LOK handguard. I did a teaser post announce this. I'm excited to check this out. I love JP rifles, but one of the things that I thought that they really needed to update was their handguard, and I'm excited to announce that they are coming out with an M-LOK handguard in 2020, and I'm hoping to get my hands on one very soon. So welcome to the modern times, JP. Just kidding. I love you guys. Full of innovation. They're concentrating on other things. Their LRI-20 is absolutely amazing rifle. Got to do a first look video on that a while ago. You can check that out here. That was also kind of making its debut at SHOT Show, even though it was announced a little bit earlier. And we were one of the very first to get a range session with JP with that LRI-20. So yeah, I would rather have them working on cool things like the LRI-20. But now to see that this M-LOK handguard's coming, I'm just really excited about that. Arsenal AK-20. Wow. Like, Arsenal is really wanting to step up the AK game. Now, from the inside, they're keeping it real. They're keeping it AK with the cycling and bolt and things like that. But it looks like it has an improved receiver. It takes AR furniture. They made a free float handguard with integrated top monolithic rail for optic mounting. Adjustable gas piston system for subsonic. You can turn the gas off, standard. 100% American made. I don't have pricing. These are going to be expensive because they're high quality, but they are really trying to get that basically high-end AK market. And I think this looks like it has a lot of potential to do just that. Speaking of 5.7, CMMG came out with the Mark 57 as their 5.7 series of guns in an AR format. Looks like it's going to be taking Ruger mags as well. So kind of Ruger setting a platform with their magazines. Maxim Defense came out with some new PDX lines. They have the 508 and 510. The PDX is an awesome gun. We have the first look of the PDX there, which is a 5.5-inch barrel gun. Now they just have longer versions. So they had a few agencies and customers say, hey, I love the PDX, but I want a longer one so I have a little bit better velocity or a little bit better ballistics, or I don't need one quite as short. Well, boom. Answer there with the 508 and 510. Additionally, they also are expanding their AR line with the MD15 that uses a traditional forged AR lower receiver with all the stuff that we know and love from Maxim, like their braces or stocks, depending on if you get a handgun or rifle configuration, but these look really, really sharp. They also came out with their own line of ammunition that is designed to tumble upon impact, or TUI, available in 5.56 NATO, 300 blackout, and 7.62 by 39. Diamondback Firearms is not a very well-known brand, but they came out with a 5.7 AR format type gun as well. Uses, again, those Ruger 57 mags. It's a 5.7 by 28 semi-auto, available in either a handgun or you could SBR it. MSRP of $12.99. So 5.7, there's a lot of interest in 5.7, I guess. Brugger and Tomet, B&T. They came out with the APC-10 Pro. Everybody loves the APC subguns. Now they're available in 10mm. Uses Glock 10mm mags. Price will be slightly more than current APC guns. A lot of people like 10mm. Back to PSA, the Jackal. This monolithic subgun in 300 blackout, piston driven. Don't have pricing or availability yet, but basically this kind of 300 blackout sub-market looks like it's growing as well, and PSA is trying to get their name in the game with this jackal. Man, the upper looks pretty interesting. I gotta say, it uses a AR type lower, but yet the upper is kind of monolithic piston driven. Angstead Arms came out with the MDP9, which is a roller delayed 9mm. So it's AR-like, uses Glock mags, AR grips, but inside it has a roller delayed system that we know and love from the MP5. $2,600, Q2 2020. I would love to get my hands on one. I'm really interested to see if this has that smooth MP5-like recoil versus what can be like shaking a brick in a box PCC recoil of some AR9s out there because they're blowback. Wraithworks has the Warscorp 9. Now this is their 9mm AR type rifle, except for it uses Scorpion mags and some AR parts. Looking like it's going to be available in a pistol version with the brace or a rifle version with the stock, but the Scorpion mags are known, they're reliable, they're proven, so I think this has some potential to be very popular as well. So that is my kind of highlights of what I saw from all the various news outlets that I follow as well, and talking to industry friends and things like that about what was kind of cool at SHOT Show 2020. In addition to that, there was a ton of cool small parts, little optic mounts or little accessories or whatever that I just didn't have the time to get to in this video, but I think SHOT Show 2020 was still a success. Now I'm really looking forward to TriggerCon 2020, which will be taking place this late July, early August out in Washington. And what I like about that is that you get a lot of companies who are trying to bring new things to the market, innovation as well. So looking forward to that. NRA is coming up. There'll be new stuff as well. So we'll just keep you guys posted. What was your favorite thing of SHOT Show, whether it made this video or not? Sound off in the comment section below and tell me what you loved hearing about. And do you miss our videos? Do you wish that we were out there covering SHOT Show, doing traditional booth videos? Sound off in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Before we go, quick shout out. If you want to get your question on our monthly QA series, shoot us an email, theqa@gunsandtactics.com. That's our show where at the end of every month we answer your questions. We also give out a prize to one lucky viewer. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day. We work really hard to make content that we hope you as a shooter would enjoy. Subscribe to our channel, check out our featured videos and playlists, and if you have a question firearms related, go ahead and send an email to the address shown on the screen to be entered into our monthly QA series.